Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken. Rise Awakening, now is the time.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together. All right. Now, you guys know that I direct and produce The Bloom on Mondays before. And this week I had the opportunity to get the collective ready before that show. Now, if you tuned in this morning, you will know that this is kind of a follow-up to what Rev D talked about. I can't make this up. We need those t-shirts. I'm not kidding. We need those t-shirts. But let's get into it. We're going to start off with gathering around. This is the power of community. And this is a great way to start the reading for those who are feeling isolated and alone. There is some good news to be heard. You are never alone as you think you are. There's almost always someone out there who has your back. And sometimes it comes from the least likely or thought of source. It's not a time to be stingy with accepting help. If it's offered, take it. Enhancing the bonds between members of your community is important right now. The why of this will present itself later, but being open to receiving help from others will open doors that you thought were closed. Believing that there is no help for you outside your thoughts is only going to perpetuate more of that. The unseen has your back. And if you feel a nudge towards a connection, then it's in your best interest to look in that direction. Then we have Whale Song. And this guy stands for resonating. Now, the book talks about deja vu at the beginning of the meaning of the card. A moment like that was had while beginning this reading. I was like, I've been here before. Wait, a confirmation of resonance. And it goes on to say that you visited this place, these feelings, this person before, and you know that a new opportunity to dance has come around again. Yet there is a haunting quality to this, a melancholy as life's mysterious fragility is underlined, like a whale song that pleads for its simple notes to be matched by another. You have a short time to capture this essence and let it resonate in a way that is potentially transformative, but only if you don't turn away. Sometimes you may forget the moments of your humanity, your truest desires, because you become so earthbound and calculating, striving and doing. You're so overstimulated by the chase and what you're exposed to that you forget your heart. Now it's time to jump in the water and play and be reminded of your creative self, your collaborative impulse to sing along, seeking harmony, beauty, purpose, and meaning. At this moment, that is your exact invitation. You will achieve more than the plans you set in motion if you use this opportunity to explore, be curious, and take a much-needed break from what your mind thinks it needs to accomplish. Your heart is calling. Answer it. Then we have the spirit of the river. Movement toward adventure. That difficult project you've been working on, the thing that has you stuck no matter which way you go about trying to fix it. What if you were actually trying to swim upstream by putting so much focus on it that you're missing the point of how to solve it? Think back to the times you were trying to fix something, got distracted, and then realized the solution because you stopped thinking about it for a moment. That's what's being called to do in this instance. Consciously get distracted and put it down for a bit so you can come back to it when you've calmed down. It's so easy to try and constantly swim upstream because your body goes into survival mode because it gets stuck there. This applies to being stuck in a situation that is beating you up with the current. What would happen if you just let go and went with the flow? Then we have a tidy house, clarity and organization. A cluttered house equals a cluttered mind. But take that thought into the external world. Who are you collecting like a hoarder around you in your daily life? Are you surrounding yourself with people who aren't aligned with you, but you stick around like an untouched dust bunny out of a sense of obligation? If you're feeling stuck, alone, or pushed to the side by the people you're hanging around, perhaps it's time to declutter your inner circle. If you're afraid to be yourself around people for fear that they might leave, it's time to ask the clarifying questions. Time to be yourself and let those who don't resonate with you to fall away. There's nothing really wrong with this. We make it that way with the clutter that's built up in our minds as a virtual tug of war that we create in our minds. Tidy up. The cleaning requires some work, but think how much more comfortable you'll feel sooner rather than later. And finally, we have the galactic mushroom, the divine matrix. In any given situation, you can only see what's happening on the surface. Unless you've been let into the loop completely of a situation, you may never know all the details. Now, take that concept into the workings of the unseen. We literally have no way of knowing what is going on beyond what we can see. But if we're paying close enough attention to moments in our lives where we are being pushed to do something without knowing why, then we can see the beauty in the fact that the universe has our back. Your dreams and visions have taken full manifestation in the unseen worlds, waiting for you to create the moments in your life. Alter your thoughts, align with what you want, so you can bring that reality into your life. Just remember that if you are focused on what you don't want, the unseen world will continue to help you manifest that. Change focus one step at a time, and you will begin to see things unfold in front of you. Serendipitous moments will increase, and you'll begin to get what you actually want or need. Hmm. It's calling for surrender, guys. It is.
Surrender, surrender. But don't give yourself away.
Right? Right? Don't do. Oh man, but you two ladies rocked a song that I've never heard, and that was originally put out by, I'm scrolling back trying to figure out where it was. Skunk and Nancy. Skunk and Nancy? Okay. Okay. Skunk and Nancy. All right. That's what I'm that's my story and I'm sticking to it. But that was incredible.
You do that.
All right, I'm gonna go over here. Just for a little bit.
I'm going to try and get through this. Let's hope it works. Because, yeah. I'm looking at the screen up above me going, I am completely frozen. So let's give it a try. We'll see what happens. All right. So I pulled from the Egyptian Book of the Dead again. And in the situation, we have jar. This is the heart of the matter. In ancient sacred jars held offerings. I should put on my glasses so that I can see better. Organs, oils, medicine, and ritual substances. They represent containment, preservation, and sacred resources. Energetically, this card asks, what are you holding on to, and what are you storing for later? This is a card about sacred, emotional, and spiritual content. You are currently in a phase of holding something important, like emotions, spiritual wisdom, creative energy, and truths not yet shared. Something is being kept safe until the right moment. It may also represent emotional processing or healing. Ask yourself, what sacred thing am I protecting right now? Protect it, but don't seal the lid forever. The jar isn't to reserve energy until the correct ritual moment. In the challenge, or the crossing, we have Duat again. Duat is the Egyptian underworld, not hell, but the realm of transformation and soul testing. It represents trials, shadow work, navigating uncertainty, and confronting hidden truths. It crosses a jar because you are currently holding something sacred while navigating a deep internal transformation. The challenge is that the duat is foggy and disorienting. Things may feel like they're in emotional limbo. You might feel uncertain about direction, or you feel endings without clarity yet. But this is the initiatory energy, not punishment. Do not rush through the duat. Ancient text says souls must walk it with awareness. Instead, ask, what lesson is this transformation teaching me? Trust the process because the duat is temporary. In your conscious mind, what you're focused on. Pyramid. Pyramid represents spiritual ascension, legacy, and long term creation. It's alignment between earth and the divine. There are moments, these are monuments to eternal purpose. You are consciously thinking about building something lasting, your life purpose, spiritual growth, and long term direction. You're not in small things right now. You want something meaningful and aligned with destiny. Your advice: great structures are built one stone at a time. Don't rush the pyramid. Focus on foundation rather than the outcome. At the root, we have Horus. Horus is the falconed sky god, symbolizing divine protection, higher perspective, rightful victory, and spiritual kingship. Horus energy often appears when someone is meant to reclaim personal sovereignty. Why is it here at your core? Your soul is pushing toward reclaiming your power and vision. Subconsciously, you know you're meant to rise above something. All right. This may involve reclaiming your voice, seeing a situation from a higher perspective, leadership energy, or stepping into leadership energy. Rise above the battlefield. Horus wins not through chaos, but through clarity and rightful alignment. All right, in the past, what's behind you is the great Ennead. The great Ennead represents 9 primordial gods of creation. This card symbolizes major karmic cycles, ancestral patterns, and divine orchestration. Why it's appearing in the past is because you've been moving through a large spiritual cycle or karmic storyline. Events in the recent past likely felt fated or orchestrated by larger forces. This may involve karmic relationships, soul contracts, or family and ancestral themes. Your advice here is honor the lessons from the cycle, but understand that Ennead initiates the story. It doesn't imprison you in it. You now have the power to choose your next chapter. And in your next chapter, the near future, you have Tefnut. Tefnut is the goddess of moisture, rain, and emotional balance. She represents emotional restoration, healing, cooling energy, and restoring harmony. Why appearing in the future? After the duat energy, emotional balance is coming. Expect emotional clarity, healing, conversations, and calm. This can also indicate intuitive downloads or emotional breakthroughs. Your advice: let the emotions flow like rain rather than flood like and release. All right. In the energy, you appear in this situation. This is morality. It relates to Mayat, divine law, truth, and ethical alignment. It represents living in harmony with truth, fairness, and integrity. Why it reflects on you? Because you're trying to do the right thing, even when situations are complicated. Your energy right now is principled, thoughtful, and spiritually aware. You are weighing your actions carefully. The advice is that truth matters, but compassion matters too. Align with your authentic truth, not external expectations. In your external environment, we have Ka. The Ka is the Egyptian concept of the life force of spiritual bubble. It represents energy exchange, soul connection, and vitality. It's here in your environment because it is strongly influencing energetic dynamics between people. There may be deep soul connections, karmic relationships, energy exchanges that feel powerful. Someone around you may feel spiritually intertwined in your path. Your advice here is protect your life force. Ask, is this connection nourishing my Ka, or I hope you guys are getting this. Anyway, hopes and fears. The Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra represents fierce protection, divine justice, and spiritual fire. It's active, fiery counterpart to the Eye of Horus. It's here because you hope for truth and justice, but you also may fear confrontation, explosive revelations, and intense emotional reactions. Something in your life may be building toward a moment of truth. Your advice: use the Eye of Ra as illumination, not destruction. Truth can be delivered with clarity instead of fire. And last but not least, in your final outcome, destiny. This is light. This is your destiny energy. This is one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. Like represents enlightenment, clarity, spiritual awakening, and truth revealed. In Egyptian mythology, souls that pass the trials of the duat emerge into radiant divine light. Why it's the outcome? Because this reading shows a journey. The jar to the duat to the light. You are moving through shadow work that ultimately leads to clarity and spiritual evaluation. Confusion will eventually give way to deep understanding. Your advice: keep walking the path, even when it feels uncertain. This reading promises illumination ahead. All right, I think that is it. I was going to say more, but I'm freezing up so much that we're just going to say that's the end for today.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna kick Purple Face over here to the back for a little bit. I have to take attention off of my own issues right now. Anyway, um, today I saw a story that kind of upset me that I want to talk about. I know, here we go again. Last week he was angry. This week he's upset. What's going on? I don't know if you've seen the video or not floating around, especially on TikTok. It's Most people are putting it in 4 parts because it's so lengthy. But it was this woman of high opinion, a customer at a particular Burger King, who came across somebody who was trans. And in the drive-through over the speaker, apparently there was more of a masculine voice that came through and not quite feminine enough for her to say the proper pronouns or the preferred pronouns by the individual. And went inside and continued, even though the employee was presenting completely as female. Well, I will refer to you as I see you. The archetype of this mindset is one of the largest problems we have. Not that the employee was trans, not that she had a problem with that, not that she refused to address. It's that far too many times we stand in our own judgment of somebody else, regardless of how it affects them. Too many of us have problems accepting a lifestyle, a belief, skin tone, and stand in their own selfish judgment because it makes them uncomfortable to think otherwise. When you find yourself leaning in to judging someone else based on their beliefs, based on their gender presentation, how they look, what's going on inside you when you pass these judgments? Do you know the full story? Do you know everything that's going on? Or is it just an easy out? Are you looking for a deflection onto someone else for how you feel about your life? You've heard the phrase, and yes, this is passive, but you've heard the phrase, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Well, check yourself before you wreck another, because we got enough of that going on. I don't mean to get on my soapbox about this week, but it's something that stood out, and I got pushed to talk about it. And yes, the fact that she kept pushing is a perfect example of the unwavering, unbending opinions and judgments that people place on other people because it's easier, because possibly they enjoy it. You've heard me talk for weeks, months, about how to not accept somebody else's words, not to agree with them, not to take them personally. But I did have the realization that I haven't talked about what we say to others. No, people don't suck. Their opinions suck. Their programming sucks. Their traditions suck. Their mindset sucks. Perhaps they are just doing the best that they can. And that's hard to swallow. But words do matter, words do hurt. And if we can prevent somebody from having to deprogram, shift thought, change tone, reverse understanding, then things will get a little bit easier for everyone. Wouldn't it be nice if that were enough?
Sure would.
Yeah, it would be.
All right. So, just adding on to what Micah was talking about, if you have to criticize and cut down and mock whatever the hell it is you're doing, somebody else for their choices, what's wrong with you? Because obviously there's something wrong inside yourself that makes you so uncomfortable with other people's choices that you got to stick your nose into it where it's none of your damn business. Worry about your own damn self. Fix your issues. Because if you've got to go out there and about people, it's because of something in you they're doing. It's something that's with you. There's two things that I told my kids growing up that they've remembered, and I love that they still remember this to this day. One was when you're dealing with somebody and you're uncomfortable in any way whatsoever, or you're feeling like look at them as a child. Do you know their whole story? Do you know what they've been through in life? Do you know what kind of things that they faced and what their whole situation is? Or are you just forcing your own freaking opinion on somebody else? We all have opinions. We're all entitled to have those opinions. What we're not entitled to do is take them out on other people because of our issues. It's that old saying, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Words hurt. That sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me is bullshit. Bruises go away. The words stick with you. The other thing I always told my kids is when I was in nursing school and wanting to be a doctor at one point, when you're in surgery and you're cutting someone open, or you're at the morgue practicing or whatever, and you cut someone open and you open their body up so that you can see all the organs, guess what? They're all the same. Doesn't matter what color your skin is, doesn't matter if you're gay, doesn't matter if you're straight, doesn't matter what, if you're transgender, none of it matters. You're all the same inside. Stop fucking with people's lives and leave them alone. Worry about yourself and fix your own damn issues so that you don't have to take them out on everybody else. And that's all I have to say. Pissed off. Just saying.
Yeah. See, I just got her warmed up.
He
See,
gets me
see, I put it
going. And
nicely. See, I'm the one that you want to upset because you don't want to upset. No, no.
I'm just gonna tell you how it is, because that's bullshit. I'm so sick of hearing people call you're a Democrat, so you're an idiot. You're a Republican, so you're a Republic. Yeah, I'm not saying the word. You're a transgender, so you're this, and you're a girl who's a tomboy, so you're the. I'm so sick of it.
I call them.
Leave people the fuck alone.
Yeah, I call them Republicans
Yeah,
and
with a U.
Demodon'ts. We have our Demodon'ts and Republicans. That come on, let's stop being partisan, and that goes beyond government.
Stop it
That's the
assuming that just because somebody has this or that, that means that they're this or that. I mean, everyone in a group is not exactly the same. It doesn't, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Stop lumping people into categories and assuming just because they're this, there must be that. Fuck that shit. Leave alone. Worry about your own damn issues. Anyway, I need to shut up, or I'm just going to start yelling more.
just
Yep.
because we talk about light doesn't mean that a lot that it doesn't mean that we don't get angry at
The
viewpoints.
dark. Because it's dark.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring people into the light to make people see things clearly and highlight the positives in life. And then you got these people that just do nothing but nag and bitch and complain and moan. Shut up.
Oh, there was something that I forgot to talk about. Because another thought along these same lines, because the woman in the video who was acting the way that she was saying that she knew the law because she was a lawyer. Congratulations. You know, I look at all of the things that we take for granted. The people around the world that make the things that we take for granted. We don't think about where it comes from. We just go to the grocery store, pick it up, and put it in our cart, pay for it, and come home. We don't realize, but we'll be first to put it down and say something negative about it and have an opinion about it. Well, you're 100% welcome to your opinion. But if that opinion is going to cause harm to someone else, cook the fuck at home. Remember that. And it doesn't just start at a fast food place. We're talking anywhere. You are no better than the person who is helping you on the other side of any counter. I don't care what position in life. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. You are no better than the person standing in front of you. And you forgot something, Hather. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And sometimes they stink. And shit just comes out. But that said, It kind of does, but
You
little
can't really
Essie.
see it unless you point it out, so just don't point it out.
Point what out? I want to talk about the
Nothing.
chaos that's going on in little Essie's life right now. This is a tower card in this deck, and you know, not surprising that you asked for a reading tonight because there's a lot that you feel like you're having to rebuild and start from scratch. And it's a good opportunity, even though it is like, why is this happening again? I don't want to have to rebuild, but it's an awesome opportunity at the same time if you let it be an awesome opportunity because you get to make new decisions. You get to change how you did things before and do different things differently. But see, you got two problems here. You got two fives back to back. You got the five of earth and five of wands, which is coins, well, fire, earth, coins, wands. Okay. And, the five of earth is talking about the insecurities that you thought you had gotten rid of, but then this tower came crashing down. Everything needs to be redone again. So all of these old insecurities are starting to come up. They don't have to because you've already worked through them. It should be like, okay, all right, I know what this looks like. I know what this feels like. I don't have to go through this anymore if I don't want to. But because it's all coming back at you so fast, it's like, I need time to breathe. I don't know how to get through this. But um, could you stop throwing stuff at me real quick because I'm getting all kinds of stressed out and I just need a break. So take one. In the midst of chaos, sometimes the best answer is to step back and take a break. Tag.
And you also can embrace your life's purpose. There are different ways in which confusion about what it is you've come to Earth to do can manifest. Some souls are puzzled about the specific form of their what the specific form of their life purpose should take. And to them, I can send signs. This is from Archangel, that word again, Angel Michael. I can send signs. I am having so much trouble reading. All right. Signs, clues, and synchronicities. There are also people who know what they want their guiding mission to be, but they have dismissed it and not it as not being realistic or possible. When you reject what your heart is telling you to do with your life, it's only natural that you would then be baffled as to your purpose. You have your dreams for a reason. They are signs meant to lead you on the right path for your souls and the world's evolution. I encourage you to look within and embrace your truth, then make it come alive with the help of all the angels at your disposal. However, if you experience detours or bumps in the road as you move forward with your plans, it's also important to explore those. It's possible that your dream was never meant to be realized, but instead to lead you to somewhere even more amazing than you were anticipating. As always, I am with you the whole way, my sword of light pointing in the direction of your dreams.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh. Hey, you
Mm,
got backup. So,
that's right.
bubble kittens. Three of air. Three of swords. Doubt. It's back. Why is it back? Why does it need to be back? Why is it what? Stop. Stop. Stop doubting yourself. I know that there are situations going on that causes it to present itself, but you've been through this before. You don't, and you are still going. So remember that nine of fire, that endurance, nine of wands. You've got the strength to do this, to get through this. You just have to remember the medicine man that's inside, this is the magician. You just have to step in. Is it comfortable? No. Is it fun? Not really. But you know you can and you know you have, but for far too long, oh, that's where the doubt came in. That's where the doubt came in, but because for far too long, you were told that you shouldn't and that it was wrong. Well, it's not wrong and you should. Okay? Tag.
All right. And remember that angels of healing are with you. Michael says, at this moment, I ask you to open yourself to healing. With your consent, I now use my sword of light to remove your energetic connections to the past and present that no longer serve you, especially those keeping you in a place of disease, injury, or addiction. The way things have been does not dictate the way they will be in the future. I'm severing your connections to any negative stories that may have formed in your mind to sow doubt that you will heal or fear that you will not get the care you need. Have confidence that you will get better. I urge you to now call on my brother Raphael to help you.
You heard her. Get to it. Taking notes? Good.
Get
Good.
to it, man.
Get to it. Well, let's get through
Now
these.
it's raining too, so you know.
Oh, fun. Oh, fun. All right.
Yeah.
Cash Angels, your reading is up. We're going to start you off with the Five of Coins reversed. You know, worrying about now, because of what the other cards are, I need to focus in on your external worries because there's some external worries that tend to crowd your mind just a little bit too much and causing you a little bit too much internal stress and internal security, wondering if you are in fact taking care of those that you have brought into this world. Why do I say that? Because Page of Cups is right after that, which talks about the nest of home and making sure that everything's taken care of. And there's so many times that you struggle and you feel like you don't know if you're going to be able to take care of things at home. But guess what? Somehow, some way, you are able to. And that's what your reminder needs to be right now. And you need to be a little bit more gentle with yourself. King of Cups, he knows how to be gentle. He knows how to get things done that are supposed to be done and without force and without being angry about it. There's just a softness that comes in for the King of Cups in order to get everything taken care of, which you can bring in when things look dire. Okay? Tag or not. Maybe. She can't hear me. It's your turn. Yes, soft is the way, not tough. Hello, Karrie. Can
Right
you hear me?
here.
Yes, you're here.
I don't think.
No, she's not unalived. But for some reason she cannot hear me. Yuri. He can hear you.
Who? Cash? Get down. Cash?
Yes,
I
Cash.
can't. I'm gonna have to go. This is okay. Sorry. All right, Cash. Um, take control of you. How often do you find yourself saying, I knew this was going to happen? Of course, it was because you knew it would. That's just the way the universe works. Whatever you focus your thoughts on, be it fears or hopes, is what you bring into your reality. Is that your spiritual truth? Yes, it is. Is turning your thoughts toward hope also easier than said than done? Yes, too. Your fears and worries have a tendency to obsess your mind. When faced with reality of bad news, good news is shoved aside. That's when things can snowball into a flurry of negative thinking, resulting in you saying, oh no, I just knew this would happen. If you find yourself in a negative dialogue about your life, change the subject, regardless of who started the conversation. The key is not to go down the rabbit hole in the first place. So if you're faced with something that worries you, immediately imagine the opposite happening.
So yes,
Did we get that?
we got that. All right, Andrea. I'm going to start you off with the Six of Fire. Now, this is a reminder that you have gotten through a lot, that everything that you have worked through, gotten through, moved beyond to get out of this self-inflicted prison, which for the longest time was believed that someone else put you there. Well, now that you are starting to do that, that emptiness that you're feeling, that Two of Cups reversed, or Two of Water, in this deck, of reaching out and making a connection with somebody else. That because you've been longing to have that hand in hand connection with somebody else, and you are ready, but you're still questioning whether or not you can handle it or not, because the last one's Seven of Earth left you a little bit depleted and triggered, concerned. Is it going to be the same? Am I going to lose control again like I did before? Is it going to deplete me, or am I going to move forward? So these are all the questions to ask if there is a potential in your eyesight. And even if there's not, once there is, you are ready if you give yourself permission to be.
Is it my turn? Can't see anything, so I have to try
Yep,
and hear.
it's your turn. I just mimicked what she's probably hearing. Andrea needs to hear from your.
Okay, Andrea. All right.
Well, that was abrupt. It just. What'd you do, Andrea? Why'd you? I mean, you asked for a reading. Why would you kick her out? And I wonder if she even noticed. She's probably still reading and didn't even notice. I'm gonna give her a few more seconds. She done exploded. Uh-huh. My co-host done exploded. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring up the next song. I'm gonna play a song, then we'll come back. If she's back, we'll get Andrea's. If she's not, I'm gone? What do you mean I'm gone? I'm still here. I see me. Okay. But we're going to hear from Kick of Darkness and Melwave real quick while we're waiting. Karrie to. Oh, I hear her knocking. See? Maybe. Maybe. Possibly. Can we hear you now? Nope. I know I'm here. Ooh, I hear.
Am I here now? Am I here?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, let me hurry up. All right, Andrea. Welcome abundance into your life. Your earthly over focus upon the material, Another, oh gosh, another type exchange with compassion and gratitude, and your soul longs for those of exchange. But when you came to Earth, you had to up your game in manner of speaking. The physical exchange of energy called money seems foreign and cold to your soul. So deep down, you recoil because this world is immersed in the illusion that many of you wind up experiencing that is your reality, that you are divinely worthy of any desires. Once you are stuck in the illusion of being unworthy, it becomes necessary angels and me to help protect you, to get you unstuck.
Yay. There's a 30-second delay, just so you guys are aware.
It's making sense today. I'm sorry.
All right. Now, when we come back, what do they want to tell you? They want to tell you to chill out. You're overworking yourself again. You are depleting your energies again, and at your expense to try and make sure that everybody else is taken care of around you. Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Stop it. Stop doing it. But, you know, I get it. I get why you do it. I totally understand because that 6 of air energy and needing the clarity and making sure that everything is just so and just right and I get it. I totally get it. Okay? 6 of swords. But need to take a different look. Vision Quest, Hangman, need to take a different look and listen to yourself a little bit more. Listen to what the body's trying to tell you. Trust me. In this last week, I know what can happen when you don't listen. So take a different look. Take a deep breath. You don't have to take care of everybody all the time because you do have 6 of water. You do have so much coming at you right now that is good, but these things get missed a lot because you're too tired to really be able to appreciate the pleasure that's coming at you and is around you. Tag.
And you need to trust your angels. That's what it says. You are trying way too hard to dictate the process and the outcome of how your life unfolds. Stop trying to micromanage everything and instead have faith that your angels have the situation under control. Ask, I can use my sword of light to cut the cord on the buzzing of that ego of yours so that you can ease into a place of peaceful understanding that you are divinely loved and everything is going to be all right. And you need to calm down. I assure you that we in heaven do know that what your dreams are, and we also want you to be happy in all ways. Trust your guardian angels, the other archangels, and me to bring you a joyful and perfect outcome, even if it's a little different from what you had envisioned.
She used that E word again.
I read the E word. It was in there.
At least it wasn't the P word. But ego. You're welcome. And ego doesn't always mean a bad thing. Ego doesn't always mean
No.
self-centered or conceited. Ego is survival.
No, it could be the bad part of your ego as well. Yeah, so your survival mode stuff. So
yeah, that part.
But if it's getting in the way,
yep. Okay, Amelia, who is not in the Twitch chat right now, but she is listening. And this is a bittersweet message. 6 of coins. Despite appearances for what they are right now, there is so much being given to you to take opportunity in. It will present itself what that is, but must need be in a place of accepting, because you can't take what's being given to you if you're not accepting. And 9 of Wands, I know that there's so much work going on right now and so much that you have to do. You and I had a conversation last night. There's a specific point in that conversation that this is going to be addressing. You're going to have to get your hands a little bit dirtier in a particular situation. I mentioned it to you last night. This is just confirming that. Otherwise, that 3 of Swords is just going to continue to barrage you, pushing you to make decisions you don't want to make, that you know in your heart are not what you want. But the survival mode is kicking in and causing those thoughts to begin to manifest in, I can't do this anymore. I don't know if I should do that. So should you be alone? No. Hermit reversed. Should not. You do not need to go through this alone, and you are not going through this alone, and you spend a lot of time internally reflecting, and there's some external reflecting, which is why it's reversed, that it's calling for right now. Otherwise, you're just going to keep floating along in that stagnation. 8 of Cups, reversed. So I hope that
And remember,
helps.
all is in perfect timing. The doors of opportunity have opened for you, and you're being invited to walk right through. This is the moment you've been waiting for, and you deserve that goodness that is flowing your way. If you are asking about a situation in the future, then you should take this message to mean that your anticipating timing is perfect. Stay with your current plan. This card indicates that there will be great abundance tied to this timing. It might be related to financial prosperity if that's your plan. It could be that a multitude of happy experiences are in store for you. Perhaps you can expect ample help from others to make your dreams come true. In whatever form this abundance present itself, accept it and share your gratitude with the divine. It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta, unfortunately, it's their timing. It's the universe's timing. And as frustrating as that is in certain situations, we have to wait for the right time.
And other parties cannot win unless they are given the tools to do so.
That's right.
I hope that you picked up on that code that I just put down. So, amazing show.
The universe is a bully right now. You're right. The universe is being a bully right now to a lot of people, and you are correct. However, unfortunately, it is the universe's timing that we have to wait for. When the universe is ready to give us what we're waiting for, then that's when we get it, and not before, and not
And the
after.
universe mowed right over her Wi-Fi connection. Walked right across my face.
Uh-huh.
Just literally, and that's not to compare. It's to
No,
recognize that
no.
we are going
Obviously
through, we
not,
are
but it's just
all
that
going
it's
through
a
things. Yeah. And it's a test. I hate that. Not a fan of it, but it's a test. Because things are fire horse, well, apparently it's waving its fire tail at us right now, running, and it's up to us to catch it. Can you catch that fire's embrace? Seek comfort in the warmth of your connections. Don't forget your connections. Did you have a soul truth to close us up tonight?
Yes, I do. It is, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? Are you waiting on someone else before you can take a big leap? What if you were to take life into your own hands and forge your own unique path? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Do it scared and take the leap. No more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of.
And that's that. So, very soon we may have some exciting news about some happenings in the background of Rise Radio Network and Rise Awakenings. So, be on the lookout if you're not already a member of the Rise Awakenings Facebook group. Please join. And there's a private chat over there. And if you are interested in being a member of the Rise Radio, please also let us know, and we will get you the info on how to contact Amelia so that she can chat with you about joining that as well. So be on the lookout because we got some things cooking in the background. And I will be back tomorrow at noon with Brendel's Vision as she stirs the pot. It's kind of a devious laugh. Should we be concerned? And then Diane and I will be back Wednesday night with another episode of Phoenix Talks, and we're going to be answering the question, are they part of my soul? And then Thursday, the three of us will return at 11 a.m. for the core. Friday, Lunaria will be back for Illuminate at 11 a.m., all Eastern Standard Times, or Daylight's times, since we are ahead an hour now. But anyway, you guys have an amazing rest of your night. We're going to get to hear from her brood, and he's going to give you some hell. So Josh is going to close us up tonight with Gives You Hell. And you guys have such an amazing night. Remember to love yourselves. We love you. Keep going. Can't force you. Give them hell.
Hey, this is BrindeWolf.
And I'm Lunaria.
You're listening to Rise Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise Awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken. Rise Awakening, now is the time. Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.